All right,
But in the Discord voice chat, click on the red button, and that will disconnect you from voice chat.
yeah.
And yeah, so for those of you who are now joining us on YouTube or wherever you're watching this, we did just do an hour of crit for Preston's newest update to Lords of Iron issue 2. I think it's promising as fuck, and it's a really exciting book.
There you go.
Yay.
And we would have done it on YouTube, but for some reason StreamYard was messing up today. I don't know why.
Yeah, it was probably down or whatever.
Yeah. All right. So we got I want to go over John's script because I'm investing in John's script. So let's take a look. We got the Callahan Ranch House. John, tell us about the Callahan Ranch House.
So we're picking up at page 11. We're going to roll back a little bit. This is I believe it's the first night after the cows were bit by some kind of unknown animal with some kind of unknown disease.
Love it.
And the dog started barking at something in the distance that's outside the house.
Right.
So that's where we're picking up.
Okay. All right. I'll just start. Exterior Callahan Ranch House continued. Callahan exits the house with rifle in hand. Milo stands guard several feet from the porch, barking and growling into the darkness. A half-dressed Benji runs from the nearby bunkhouse, rifle in hand. Callahan stands guard behind Milo, staring into the dark.
Milo, run it out.
Milo charges forward past the fence into the tall grass, barking. Callahan and Benji raise their rifles, aiming, waiting. Milo's barking continues as the tall grass rustles. Then a low growl from a foreign animal cuts Milo's barking off short, followed by a whimper, then silence. Callahan and Benji hold their rifles, aiming at the grass.
Milo, come.
No response, not even a bark.
Milo, come.
Silence. Callahan whistles.
Come on, Milo. Come here, boy.
Back to the house, Benji.
What about the dog?
Back to the house.
The two back up slowly towards the main ranch house. Interior Callahan Ranch House living room continued. Once inside, Callahan bolts and bars the door.
Where's Milo?
I don't know.
We have to go after him.
I will at first light. Benji, you can sleep here tonight. Grab a few winks. I'll take the first watch.
Watch for what?
I don't know.
I'll get the extra blanket.
Thank you, Mrs. Callahan.
Elizabeth heads towards the rear of the house. Exterior Callahan Ranch House dawn. Callahan steps out of the house, rifle under the crook of his arm. Benji follows, blanket over his shoulder, shovel in one hand, revolver in the other.
Let's go find our boy.
Callahan steps off the fence with Benji behind. Exterior Callahan's ranch pasture continued. Callahan leads Benji past the fence into the knee-high grass.
Milo.
Callahan whistles, listens. He whistles again. In the distance, a faint whimper.
Milo.
They move forward, eyes scanning the area, looking for anything out of place. About 100 yards from the fence, Milo lays in the mud, breathing labored, his flesh torn through his side and hip, but not bleeding. Callahan kneels down beside Milo, stroking his neck.
There you are, boy.
He don't look good, Mr. Callahan.
Callahan turns to Benji.
Blanket.
Benji hands him the blanket, and Callahan wraps it around the injured dog, careful not to let its blood get on him. He shoulders his rifle and then picks Milo up.
Back to the barn. Eyes on the horizon.
Yes, sir.
Callahan heads back towards the homestead. Benji lingers behind a second, keeping watch. Interior Callahan's ranch barn continued. Callahan puts Milo down on the workbench. Unwrapping the blanket, he inspects the wound. Benji hangs a lantern over the workbench, providing additional light.
Wound's deep. He should have bled out by now.
Callahan pulls a mason jar of cloudy liquid from the shelf. Opening the jar, the smell hits hard. He pours it over his gloved hands.
Hold him, Benji.
Benji places both hands on the dog and leans into him.
Sorry, boy.
Callahan pours the moonshine directly into the wound. The moonshine bubbles, then fizzles out, being absorbed by the flesh. Milo gives no welcome reaction. His eyes only glaze over for a brief second before returning to normal. Callahan steps back, watching.
I don't understand.
Callahan steps up again, stroking Benji's neck.
That's not rabies.
No, Benji, it's not.
Then what is it?
Callahan stares into Milo's eyes as he lays still. Exterior, Callahan Ranch House porch day. Callahan and Benji sit on a wood bench, sipping coffee as Dr. Hemsworth settles into a chair nearby.
The coyotes, the cattle, and now Milo's bad. It's not behaving like rabies. Maybe rabbit fever?
Ain't that more for rabbits and rodents? Don't reckon it fits with how Milo's looking.
Tularemia can cause ulcers and fevers, yes, but the symptoms here are inconsistent. Milo's wound is too necrotic, and the rapid progression is troubling.
What else then? Some new sickness that's gone round?
I've read reports in overseas medical journals, cases of what they call glanders and melioidosis, rare here, mostly tropical. They cause fast tissue decay and infections that defy usual treatment.
Sounds like some kind of witch sickness.
Doc, this ain't the tropics. We ain't dealing with no jungle fever.
True, the diseases travel. Could be something new to these parts, or a mutation.
Elizabeth opens the door. Be Elizabeth.
Lunch is ready, gentlemen.
That was amazing.
Shut up.
The three rise, heading inside. Interior Callahan Ranch House. Callahan, Benji, Hemsworth, and Will sit at the table. Elizabeth lays stew into ceramic bowls, placing them at a table as Lucy places the bread basket down. Will fidgets nervously.
Is Milo going to be okay?
I don't know, son.
Can I see him? I miss him.
Callahan glances at Hemsworth, who nods silently.
We'll see if Milo gets better in the next day or so.
Elizabeth places a bowl down at Lucy's place.
Have a seat, Luce.
The girl sits. Elizabeth pours out her bowl last and sits at the table. The family bows their heads.
Lord, we thank you for the food before us and the family gathered here. Keep us safe through whatever trials lie ahead and watch over those we love. Amen.
Please, God, make Milo better.
Callahan reaches out, tussling Will's hair. Exterior, Callahan Ranch, day. Callahan, Benji, and Hemsworth exit the house and walk towards Hemsworth's horse, tied up by the stable.
I wish I had something better theories on what's out there. But I'll send a letter to some colleagues I have in St. Paul, see if they've ever encountered anything like this.
Thank you.
Hemsworth mounts his horse.
Unfortunately, I think it will be too late for poor Milo.
Let me know as soon as you hear anything.
I will. Good day.
Hemsworth tips his hat and trots down the path.
What are you going to tell the kids?
Nothing yet.
Callahan heads into the stables. Interior Callahan Ranch stables. Callahan grabs his saddlebag, throwing it upon Dusty, his American quarter horse.
I want you to stay by the house. Keep an eye on things.
What are you going to do?
I saw some tracks where we found Milo this morning. They look to lead from the woods. I'm going to follow them and see if I can find the source of this affliction.
Callahan walks Dusty from the stables. Exterior Callahan Ranch house continued. Callahan exits the house with rifle and leather ammo bag, long duster flapping behind him, Colt 45 securely holstered on his gun belt. Dusty stands nearby, waiting.
You sure you don't want me coming along?
Yes. If I don't make it back by nightfall, or if Milo takes a turn for the worst, I need to know things here will be taken care of.
Callahan checks the rifle, then stows it in Dusty's saddlebag.
You can count on me, sir.
Good man.
Callahan mounts Dusty as Elizabeth steps out onto the porch.
Oh, it's a John Lamont script.
I should be back by nightfall.
Be careful.
Callahan clicks his tongue, spurring Dusty down the path, leading towards the fence. Exterior Callahan's ranch perimeter fence day. As Callahan slowly approaches the perimeter fence, he notices it shaking and rattling. Moving closer, he notices an animal stuck between barbed wire. Callahan dismounts his horse, approaching on foot, finding a fox wrapped in a wire. A chewed-off paw sits a few inches away, a futile attempt to get free. As the animal struggles, the barbed wire tightens around its body. Upon closer inspection, Callahan notices the fox is not bleeding. His head turns towards Callahan. Its growls, baring teeth, eyes glazed over white. If it wasn't struggling against the wires, Callahan would swear it was dead. As Callahan moves closer, the fox struggles harder. It grows louder, more violent. Callahan draws his revolver, fires a single shot through the fox's head, putting it out of his misery. The body goes limp. The fin again sits in quiet stillness. Exterior Dakota Woods day. Callahan and Dusty trot through the trails. The afternoon sun shines between the leaves, overhanging the path. Dusty stops, snorts. Callahan glances around.
Yeah, I smell it too, boy.
Callahan dismounts. He draws his rifle from the saddlebag.
Stand.
Callahan steps off the trail, following a foul stench in the air. Exterior Pike's camp continued. Between the trees, Callahan enters a small camp, a tent built on mismatched logs and sticks. Tattered canvas hangs loosely. A gust of wind could blow it over. A fire pit smolders in the center. The rancid smell radiates from the ashes. As Callahan steps closer, he sees traps and skins hanging from the trees. Scattered around are crude knives, a blood-stained cleaver, and human teeth amid the mess.
Yeah.
Callahan pauses. A low moan escapes from somewhere deeper in the woods. It's distant but unmistakable. Suddenly behind him, the crunch of branches snapping. Callahan spins on instinct, his hand going to his rifle. Ezra Pike, 40s, thin, gangly, steps into view. Looking wild, unkempt, his clothes are worn, barely holding together. His face is gaunt, eyes wide and fevered. There's a strange, unnatural calmness to him, like someone who's seen too much.
You ain't looking for trouble, are you, Rancher?
Pike, son of a...
Callahan relaxes, lowering his rifle.
I didn't think you came out this far.
I didn't think you'd come back.
Pike walks towards the stump in the center of the camp, drops a dead rabbit onto it. He grabs his skinning knife and goes to work.
You been out here a while?
Maybe. What's it to you?
I'm tracking a pack of... I don't really know what they are, but they got the disease. Something fierce.
Rabies?
Something worse, I fear.
Pike's wild, bloodshot eyes shift up to something just behind Callahan. The snarls and growls of something unnatural echo in the distance. Pike's grin widens.
You should have stayed back at your farm.
Callahan turns towards the distant sounds.
I best be going. Whatever it is, it's been attacking my cattle. You should be careful it doesn't come for you.
Oh, they ain't hunting me, Rancher. I ain't prey.
Pike watches as Callahan heads back to the main trail. And that's it. That's the whole selection right there. All right, John, we got some creepy animals.
I really love the fox scene.
Yeah, and we got dead foxes.
I imagine that'll make a good hand puppet.
Yeah.
That would be great.
Yeah.
I would like some comment that says like it ain't bleeding. So, but,
if it doesn't bleed, we can't kill it.
Yeah, that's
how can you kill something that don't bleed?
Exactly. I mean, yeah, I thought that was pretty good. What do you got?
I like the suspense of
Okay.
it. I do think again it's very wordy. I know it's a lot of setup.
We're not doing constructives yet.
I know it's a
Okay.
lot of setup, but so far I like it. I wish they're setting up the sickness,
Mm-hmm.
and I like that. And then we see at least a glimmer of it within the fox, and that poor fox. That is something visually striking, and I think
Yeah.
that is something that is both sad and will certainly have a lot of people talking about it, which is a
Okay.
good thing, both good and bad. But it's good, and
Right.
it is good because if an animal gets infected, I mean anybody can. So
Danny.
I actually really like the scene with Pike and the scene with the doctor. This segment does an adequate job of setting things up, and I did also like that you used the dog like really early.
mhm.
That's appropriate for a farm project, and I think it's cool. Also, now I'm imagining this with the title Down with the Sickness, and I don't know if that's good or bad.
So what was it?
You want to title it Down with the Sickness.
Down
you go.
with the sickness.
Robert.
The I think each of the I'm going to call them like stages that you put Callahan in do a lot of service for the exposition of the story. He's curious about it, and you're starting to build his world about this issue. And I think that that's strong because it's character based as opposed to story based at this stage. We're discovering through and with Callahan what the fuck is going on here. And even though he gets asked a lot of questions by people, he also asks questions and is trying to figure out what's happening. So he's kind of playing a role that we're part of that. He's telling us what's going on. He's finding things out for us, and he's curious like we are as he discovers the stuff. I think story-wise that works, but I do have some constructives when we get to it.
Go ahead.
Okay. It is wordy by quite a bit. There's a few things in there that are novelistic, not cinema, visuals. In some of the descriptions that you've given, how still the fence is, and how I think there was a feeling thing in there a couple of places. You'll find them, and they need to be fixed. The voice for Callahan is not consistent. Sometimes he's a real folksy farmer and a rancher. And then at other times he's very well spoken, and so you've got to decide. You got to figure out where he is. I actually like the well spoken. You had a contrast earlier in the first part that we read that the contrast of Callahan being well spoken and the doctor being real folksy. I liked that. Because the doctor is kind of the scientist, and he's promising this stuff of getting research papers and doing the things like that. And here we are, dependent on a yokel of some sort to go get us the information about the science. Callahan needs to solve the problem right away because of his cattle. So there's a contrast there that I enjoy. But you got to get Callahan's voice consistent in where that goes. I'll leave it at that.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see an explicit statement of your theme here. You got really close with the pike scene, which is what I really liked about it. And I know I was sort of harping on that quite a lot last week when you had that story time for the kids. But like having the kids or having like Callahan and Benji, Callahan being like, we're only gonna get through this if we work together. I can only go explore if I know that everyone's safe at home. We got to work together. Someone saying we're going to have to work together. That I think that would like solidify your theme as you get to the end of Act 1, because that's pretty much what you've done here. But you've got the doctor doing stuff. The children don't do enough either. Again, an opportunity to restate the theme. I want to help. How about I watch the dog? No, the dog's dead, or, no, we're not going to have the 10-year-old girl have to kill the dog, depending on how Army of Darkness you want this to be, or how Evil Dead you want this to be. But like, the kids are kind of old enough to want to help, and so seeing them have a bit more agency would be, I think, interesting and let you maximize this particular cast of characters.
Got a lot of characters.
You don't have to do anything, but they have to want to do something. Because eventually someone's going to escape and someone else is going to have to go run after the kid, and then they're going to be in danger because of the zombies. We know that's going to happen, so this is where you set it up.
Yeah, I have a question for you, John. The dialogue you had with the storekeeper, the woman who is telling the kids how they have to put the pickle jars up in the right way and all that stuff, that was extremely strong. And nothing else really approaches the strength of that. That was such a clear scene. The way it was written.
The pike scene was really good. It was
the pike scene. The pike scene is good in it, but it's minimalistic compared to everything else. Pike hardly says anything. And it's great.
Yeah, but
you can see
the environmental storytelling, like that is damn good dialogue, because that's like a big.
So we've got two. You and I agree. We've got two good scene. Well, I don't know if you agree about the pickle scene, but I liked it in the store. A lot too. Yeah. Those are two really good scenes. The other ones need to step up to that. See, this is where you can really fuck yourself as a writer. If you write, and Danny accuses me of this all the time with the Blood Legacy scene and the cow scene that I wrote. He says, geez, that's so great. Why is the rest of it such crap? You set yourself up when you write a couple of really good things, and then the others are just kind of there, and we're kind of waiting between. Well, is it going to get good again? And it just needs tightening, particularly on the dialogue and then on the action descriptions.
Yeah.
Um,
I will fully
While I
admit that
agree
there are
with
two
Robert's
people writing this
characterization, I
script.
will say this script, like, it's not as radical of a difference, but like voice consistency, he is. I do agree with that.
yeah. Go ahead, John. Would you?
Oh, I was just going to say that there are two entities writing this script. So, your
Oh, there's
comment.
another writer. There's another writer. Or you have a dual personality. Which?
Yeah, I was thinking double personality. Like
No.
there's
So
like corny John
the
and like serious John, and
Yeah.
they look like-
Evil
No.
twin. There's twins, aren't there? You're the serial twins.
yeah.
No, I had ChatGPT write some of the dialogue.
There you
So that's
go.
why the character that's why Callahan's voice changes. All the folksy stuff is ChatGPT. It writes everybody speaking folksy because it knows I'm writing a Midwestern stuff, and it's not something I need to work on. I'll work on the tone of the dialogue to make sure that it's not changing, but it has a tendency to put everybody in folksy slang. So when they get really folksy, it's mostly his dialogue, and then I tend to write more correct and direct. So that's me. So that's something I'll have to work on.
Okay.
So like a
You
lot
called
of that.
ChatGPT a he?
I guess.
Wow.
So like the whole thing about the disease, the jungle diseases, was basically me trying to figure out, because I don't know what diseases were known
Sure.
at this time.
That's fair.
So
That's
I'm
research.
kind of
Yeah.
I'm using that to kind of do that, and then it wrote some of the dialogue, which I then used, but I'll need to clean that up a little bit, because I do
Oh.
agree with you. The tonal shift in Callahan needs to be fixed. So
I'm gonna have to add the constructive of, edit your stuff more so we're not dealing with raw generated text outputs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess we can spot it, huh?
I agree.
I'm going to say it stuck out like a sore thumb. That's interesting. Huh.
yeah, I only mentioned it because you brought it up, because I wanted you to know that's what you're seeing in that shift is between me and it. But yeah,
Diane,
I'll have
you
to
got anything?
spend more time on that.
I agree with the thing is that, as I said before, I do find it extremely wordy, and I believe that, like as everyone said, they can be slimmed down, and yes, like some of the dialogue with like the pickles and the doctor, I like. Actually, I didn't notice the folksiness of the doctor until you pointed it out, Robert, and I do like that. That it's such a nice dichotomy, I suppose. You have a farmer who's usually the very folksy type, but the doctor is more educated. But I kind of like the reverse of that. I hope that keeps up.
Is that the consensus? Is that the way is so?
I just
like,
think it's interesting. It just
when-
it just changes the tropes.
I don't
So-
think it suggests he's less educated at all, but I still liked it
I like it because it's very
because it's still a
it's-
Western and someone's going to have to talk like it's a Western. So putting
Yeah.
in the script is fine. And actually, the doctor just being, from somewhere in the Southeast is totally acceptable.
I mean, read a
Yeah.
Faulkner at some point. If you read a Faulkner, you're going to find stuff that are like this, where the intelligence is, even though it's a Southern accent or a Southern, dialect, the intelligence is there, and that's what happens with this doctor. Is there's intelligence? I'm not saying because he uses the big words, which did bother me, but you can couch that if you're a little more delicate with it. But yes, you just made it. I don't care if you tripped over it or it accidentally happened, whatever. But the contrast of the rancher, of Callahan having a clear voice when he does, and the doctor being pretty consistently folksy, they're both intelligent. They're making really smart decisions about what's going on, and that needs to continue through it because that makes us invest in the character and trust them.
It basically tells me a personality through dialogue. It's just the way
Yes,
that they
yes.
phrase their sentences.
Yes.
That is what I meant. It's not like it's one, yes, you can say like it's going against tropes, going against stereotypes, but really it's like I see a personality within the words. That's really what I see. And I hope you continue that because then it's more than just the actors don't have to pretend as much because it's in the writing. So,
So one of the things, one of my methods when I'm writing, when I'm writing worlds and characters that I'm familiar with, is I try to get into the head of each of my characters, and I imagine how I would hear them speak, and then I write what I hear in my head.
Sure.
So that's typically how I work. This project is it's dealing with a lot of things that I'm not really familiar with, so it's probably why a lot of it feels a little raw and will be polished as
I
we
love
go.
how John's apologizing for writing one of his best scripts.
Yeah, really. I heard the same thing.
it's
I
just-
heard that
I
too.
find that strange. Yeah. Look, John, you're doing fantastic. You really are. And I think you're doing a great
Keep writing
job.
character-driven stories. It's
And
really good.
Yeah.
Let's keep going with character-driven stories. Let's do that. Character-driven dialogue. And, showing relationship through dialogue. That's great.
Yeah.
You're doing fine. I don't know why you're apologizing.
There you
So know why you're apologizing. So, and I don't have a lot of critiques outside of it needs to be edited down. The dialogue needs to be edited down to what is important, highly important to the thing. And, so we can get to kind of the action as soon as we can. Because right now everyone's talking about you're setting up everything. We're going to have to get past that setup to finally get into the action. One was the fox was one, and soon we're going to see perhaps more evidence of this sickness that is going on, and it's going to turn scary or turn.
Yeah.
You haven't read my Act 1, have you?
I don't know. Was I here?
I mean, she was here last time.
Well, no. I mean, so Preston, you're the only one that's read all of Act 1.
Yes, I'm the only one. Yeah.
Okay. All right. No, that's fine.
I haven't read it yet. No.
Well, and me and Miles.
And Miles. Yeah.
And tomorrow, Jeff Dawn.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'm working on your zombie cow scene. I'm not entirely sure how that's going to work out, but I'm trying to do your zombie cows for you.
I mean,
it doesn't have to be cows.
It doesn't have to be cows. I mean, it could be a bull. I mean,
could be a horse.
I mean, honestly, I'm kind of leaning toward running with the zombie bulls.
Yeah, because bulls have horns.
Bulls have horns, dude.
They're like danger, like a zombie.
There's a reason why water buffalo is called Black Death.
Yeah.
In Africa, those things are made.
Yeah. Horses are violent, and
they're freaking. They're
I really
aggressive.
think
They're territorial.
Yeah, I really.
They're huge.
Yeah, I really feel like if we can make a compelling creature, out of zombifying some Old West critter, will be set up for
Chupacabra.
Yeah. Chupacabra. Well, I don't know if you've ever. I don't know. I live in Texas, so I have tried to, tip a cow.
You have.
I have tipped a cow. That was not easy. I will tell you that. Right. Those things are humongous.
Much less. Yeah. Wow.
Tipping a cow is not easy. That took 4 of us. So.
Well, after you tipped her, what happened?
Yeah, and then
we ran away
because
the bull was after us. We were like, "What?"
The bull didn't like you messing with its woman, huh?
The farmer doesn't like it. I'll tell you, it's traumatizing to the cow.
All right, we have
more cereal twins.
Oh boy.
Oh Jesus.
do you want to bow out?
I think I might, because I don't see a version of this that's more coherent than previous versions. So I'm gonna guess all of my previous feedback remains standing.
Okay.
Wow.
Well,
Uh,
Can you
she-
recycle critique?
It is
You're
a
recycling a
turn.
critique?
Well,
so
know.
Danny, go get some video. You get some audio of you critiquing this, and then we'll just replay that.
Yeah,
And
we'll
Is
dub
see
it
how
in.
much
you
it
see
lands.
that's incomprehensible, or is it the same like bit?
He-
where
I'm
she
still
falls-
I'm
waiting.
going to start here. Interior Neocom Tower 1 Newsroom Studio Continuous. We have Lupe. Go, Lupe.
That's you, Diane.
Is that
All right.
me?
Yes,
No,
yes,
no,
be
I'll
Lupe.
do Lupe.
I'm
Katrina,
going to stick around and see what I can do, but I'm still bowing out at 10.
All right.
Okay.
By the way, hold on. I just want to give a
I am
technical
committed to
note
the
here. Whenever we have slug line, it is incorrect to go slug line dialogue without telling
Some
me.
action. Yeah. something.
Like
general.
what is the seating? You know, what's the setting? Give me something. Lupe.
Katrina, Cat.
Katerina wakes up from her daze with a confused look.
Uh-huh.
You okay? You got 3 minutes. How's my tie?
Good. You're good. I really need to get it together. Last night was such a blur.
All right. Why is this a voiceover?
I have no
All of
idea.
my previous feedback on this remains the same.
You too? Marta needs a raise.
30 seconds.
Interior Neocom Tower 1 News Studio Dawn. They
Also,
are now
is-
live.
Hold on.
News
Is Marco's character introduction a parenthetical?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, it is.
You know what? I can absolutely say, having read many ChatGPT screenplays, this was not written by
Yeah.
ChatGPT.
Yeah.
Yes, it's not.
ChatGPT does not make these mistakes. It makes a bunch of other mistakes. It does not make these.
These we see the telltale mistakes of a person.
Of
They
a
are now
human
live.
being.
News
So it's
cycle.
handmade.
Yeah.
Human made.
Lupe.
Last night, authorities captured 2 wanted fugitives, alias Labadista and J.R. believed to be enforcers of a trafficking cartel.
Beat up face shot of both maniacos.
The lady in black made another appearance as seen.
Lady
the
in
leaked
black.
She's deemed responsible for the chaos, although citizens claim that she's defending 2 women. They are calling her La Vigilante.
Now for our top
You mean
news
them?
story.
They're calling
Which-
them? They're calling
know.
her or them?
No,
who they
no,
is.
the lady in black
Okay, they're calling
defended 2 women.
Okay.
They are calling her La Vigilante.
Okay,
That is correct.
All right, that is correct. I was like, oh, you mean 2 women?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, what's
Taking
not correct
serious
is why
notes.
we didn't start with our top news story. But now
Nor
for our
indeed
top
was
news
the
story.
unnecessary farmers apostrophe for maniacos in a plural,
Yes, that is also true. Yes.
Where?
which is an issue for the record. I've drawn attention to every
Yeah.
time we've seen this script.
should be just
over the last 10
maniacos,
months.
not possessive.
Not
or,
possessive.
Yeah,
Yeah,
whatever.
Yeah.
gotcha.
It's been 10 months. It's basic English grammar.
All right.
Moving on.
But that's hard for some people, Danny.
Yeah,
I know.
Not everybody has a English lit degree like you do.
Yeah, but when you're copying
Now-
Microsoft Word underlines in red, usually means there's something wrong you need to fix.
Well,
Yeah.
to be fair, you were using "its" with an apostrophe, and it's really "its" with no apostrophe
There we go.
in Preston's script. So
Well, that's why I read it as it is.
I
Yeah.
know you were being bad.
Now for our top news story. This morning, the search continues for Nadia Mendoza, daughter of former lithium industries union chief.
A picture of Nadia is displayed. She's leaning on her father's shoulder.
No apostrophe.
Yeah, put a full one here.
Okay. She went missing after attending Santa Rosa Rodeo last week, and activists are mobilized. Up next is our interview with her parents.
Ticker at the bottom reads AI industry software update across all devices. Interior Neocom Tower 1 dressing room continuous. Katerina is seated in front of the mirror, her dressing room with the studio's makeup artist Marta. Carolina enters.
Hey, Kat, got your message. Buenos dias, Martha.
Buenos,
Buenos
dias,
dias,
señorita
señorita
Carolina.
Carolina.
Oh, sorry.
You're Katrina.
You're Katrina. yeah.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
That's all for now, Marta.
Marta walks out and Carolina closes the door. Katerina spins around to face Carolina. The mirror is AI and it follows their conversation with quirky graphics.
What you got? Something's had to come up from the leads I gave you.
Magic mirror. Spill it.
Fill it.
A giant teacup spilling out is displayed.
Yep. Nadja's best friend, Dina Trejo, was apparently the last to see her. She lives in Las Haciendas Rojas.
In D3? That's right by me.
Also, found a couple posts on Nadja's Instasnap with a new boyfriend.
Kiss and tell.
An outline of a generic couple kissing is displayed on the mirror.
That's a good lead. I think I'll go for a walk tonight.
Damn it, Kat. Focus on your new role. Hang out with the anchors in their tailor-made suits. Sip the matcha while you tan on the terrace. Leave this to me.
Burn.
A giant sun with the word burn written on it is displayed. Kat waves her hand.
Oh, not my vibe, girl.
Well, get used to it. You are front and center now, the new face of media.
Peer pressure.
A generic character pushes another across the mirror. She grabs Katerina's face, turns it to the mirror, and pulls her cheeks cartoonishly.
Wow.
Look at you. This is all yours. Enjoy it.
I'm trying, okay?
Katerina makes an assertive face and pumps her fist.
Well, as long as Diego understands.
Diego, he's got my back, but after the final report, it's photo shoots and script reading for me.
As good a face as shots around as shots as good as face shots sound. Yeah. It's not my thing. You're tailor-made for it, though.
Thanks.
Katerina makes an orgasmic anime face, and Carolina poses in the mirror.
What's with the mirror?
It's AI.
Interior, Dim Basilerio afternoon. Katerina works on Coach Amigo Souza's gym. It's covered with Catholic symbolism, graffiti, and a Brazilian flag. Katerina kicks a heavy bag as Coach holds it. Coach has common Brazilian phrases sprinkled in his dialogue.
How are you going to film that?
I don't know.
Gata, you're really into it today. What's up?
Another day, another chica's missing. I thought after Alvaro's case, these maniacs would get a clue, Coach.
Close up of Coach in his 5 o'clock shadow.
One falls and 3 more are ready to take their place. These streets are a breeding ground for the deprived souls and their unquenchable thirst for sin. Unfortunately, innocent women fall victim.
The femicide rate is higher than ever. There has to be more than I can do.
Wide shot of both. Katerina doesn't let up from the bag.
I agree to train you, but just know that you will encounter the embodiment of evil during your outings, and that can take something from you. Never lose hope, especially now. Signaling your presence has made things tough. Duro, duro.
Close up of Katerina.
People are looking for help from La Vigilante. The hype is all over the net after the rumble in the Neon District.
You really showed off there.
Coach holds the heavy bag with one hand as Katerina strikes it with a hook.
Oomph! I could have done better.
You took out both targets and recovered intel. Not a great performance, but you got tremendous results.
Of course. Everything else I should know. Anything else I should know. So
there was some back and forth on securing someone named Dina Mendoza. We'll go over the rest later.
Coach steps away behind her as she continues her onslaught on the heavy bag with a quick flurry of combinations.
Oof. Hui. Dina?
Katerina turns to the coach.
Coach, that's Nadia's best friend. Caro's report has her as a prime suspect. We could end this all right now.
Okay, we got to move quick but quiet. No media. Too much attention can mean life or death. Head out. I'll update Gypsy.
Got it? Yeah.
Katerina
isn't Katrina the media?
Huh?
Isn't Katrina the media?
Okay.
Yes, she is.
Right. My previous commentary stands.
Katerina,
come on, this is way better than the last time.
We just don't remember the last version.
Oh, I remember. I'll comment later.
I'm ready to say it's better. Anyway, moving on.
Yeah, no, it is much better.
Interior mysterious warehouse.
You also need to zoom out to exterior Jim Brasilerio before cutting to a different location.
What?
I don't know.
That's what the script says.
I don't know what to do. Anyway, Jesse, a gang leader, is with a couple of maniacos gathered around a table as they cycle new TV news cycle. Whatever. The table is littered with cash, electronics, and drugs. In the background, you see a couple lady hackers called Ladies leaning on recliners using a VR headset and typing on air, making hand gestures.
I'm telling you, that Chica was legit. She got JR and Tico breathing out of tubes.
Damn maniaco apostrophe s. Leave it to them to fuck shit up.
Yeah, she's got to be working for the suits.
Ha, they know the deal. We don't touch their lithium and we have free reign of D3.
Does the boss know about this?
You're also thug too. Oh yes, this is
No,
my
Robert.
operation. He don't need to.
You saw the video. The bitch broke Tico's arms with her pussy.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, we're back there.
A pussy slam.
I love it. I love it. Yeah. And she strangled La Bestia with it too. I'm telling you, dog. She's a
Whoa.
pro.
Right now, we need to focus on the shipment. The faster we ship, the faster we ship, the faster we get this heat off us.
You still going through it? You still going through with it? Whole city's looking for you know who.
I got my LAIDs keeping the noise down.
He points at ladies strapped to the recliner.
Apostrophe s.
Yeah.
They're working overtime while they clean my crypto and hustle these stimmy packs.
He throws a few vape cartridges on the table over the stacks of cash.
Need us to deliver any? Heard the boys over in San Lucas love the high.
Nah, got buzzers on duty, but I do need to pay someone to visit. You, apostrophe s, to come with me.
Oh, if we come with you, do we get names?
Flashback. Enter.
Only the dialogue and not actually as a character tag. My previous commentary stands.
Enter. The sun shines through a tall glass-stained window. The window depicts San Juan carrying the bundle of flowers and her famous tilma. Kid Katrina sits in the shadows with her arms around her legs, sobbing. Sister Teresa, a nun, consoles her.
What the hell is a
Mija.
neo-nun wardrobe?
What?
I mean,
Nun. It's a modern nun
No,
wardrobe.
so it's going to be cyberpunk nun. So think
I would
nun
say
with like,
a nun as done in The Matrix by the Wachowski brothers.
yeah.
There you go.
Wachowski.
Mija, why are you crying?
Or the Wachowski sisters now, if you will. But at the time, they were the Wachowski brothers.
Yes.
The Wachowski humans, yes.
The
Yeah.
I'm going to say brothers because it was The Matrix was what I was
Yeah,
referencing,
Yeah, I got
as
you.
opposed to The Matrix Revolution.
That is true.
Well, actually, it was the second one where we went to the nightclub.
That is true.
Oh, we were in a nightclub the first time. Remember, that's where Trinity
No,
meets
but
Neo.
no, we were in a bondage club in the second one. That's right. The second one was the bondage club. Yeah, the first one was the nightclub. The second one was
Okay,
the.
guys, I have 16 more minutes before I need to pumpkin.
All right.
Let's
Mija,
take a
why
read.
are you crying?
I don't belong here, Teresa. I want to see my brother.
Finish your class and we'll go after. Nico's on his way and he can join us.
I want to go now. I want to see Tony.
Teresa bends over to level with Katrina.
In moments of grief, life can seem unfair, but you need to find your strength. In the midst of hardship, look for hope. Like a flower in the dense jungle, full of predators, poison, and the unknown. Ouch.
Katrina continues to
What a
sob.
ray of sunshine.
What? What a weird. Is that supposed to be comforting?
I'm going to go with yes.
There's a jungle full of predators and you're just there.
But there's flowers too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I mean, they turned
I
her
want to
brother
see
into
my brother.
paste.
Young Sister Teresa. Who's that?
Oh, that's a new character. See this flower here? La Santa Rosa.
Teresa holds the rose in her palm. It glistens with dew and is grainy neon pink color.
Focus on it and say this prayer. Divine Mother, lend me your grace to recover. Lord, forgive me. I repent and show mercy to my enemies. Amen.
Kid Katrina repeats to the rare, along with young sister Teresa. Kid Katrina stares teary-eyed at the flower.
It's beautiful.
Now
Finish your class, and you can take one to your brother.
Yes, I will love it. You will love it. Thank you, Teresa.
Kid Katrina runs away. The rose withers. Just a quick technical note. You can't have dialogue hidden in action lines. So if you want her to be saying something, you have to write it out. Exterior graveyard, sunset. Young Katrina stands at her brother's gravestone holding a single Santa Rosa. The gravestone reads, Antonio Flores, a loving son and brother to us all. Young sister Teresa standing beside her, and in the background is Coach smoking a cigar. Egg flashback. Exterior Santa Rosa Highway 99 night. Katrina now in a short black dress and leather jacket riding on her electric motorcycle that emits a cyan hue. She cruises the highway. We see the city backdrop.
Nadia went missing after she dropped off Dina.
Whatever.
The cab service used was unknown. It could have been any of the new startups. After the AI crash, encryption laws make it impossible to get details from her phone.
Cue the image of citizens screaming as they run from a rogue drone that's on fire.
Who is she talking to?
Nobody.
Nobody.
Please recall my previous
Is she talking?
comments
Well,
about
she's
the
voiceover.
voiceover.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
And she's talking to the audience.
Okay. So if those is she narrating? I
Yes,
guess
she's
so?
narrating.
Okay.
Well, there's no dialogue tags, so actually that's Preston's line.
Okay.
If those maniacs have Dina in their crosshairs, anything can happen. I can't let them control the narrative.
How is someone
No, I
going to
think that was
draw
my
that?
line.
That was your line, but
Oh,
he
sorry.
did not tag it, Katerina.
Oh, okay.
Katrina zips along the highway. Exterior Dina's house, District 3, Hacienda Rojas. Katrina pulls up to Dina's house, a shanty town on the outskirts of District 3. She knocks on the door. Someone small peeks through the window curtains. It's dark inside. The door opens, and Dina's mother, Donna Clara, an old, grumpy woman, stands with her broom in her hand. And this is part of, this should be, okay, we need a Donna Clara.
Kian
Doña
S.
Claire. Yeah,
Oh,
Kian
buenas
S.
noches.
Buenos
What a
noches.
nosh.
Buenos noches. Buenos noches.
Yeah, it should be noches. Yeah.
Okay. I'm Katarina, an investigator, and here on behalf of Nadia's Femme.
Look, I already spoke with the authorities.
I understand, but
You came to the wrong place. Now leave.
But I only need a description of the cab that picked her up that night.
Don Clara takes a couple steps forward and gently sweeps the floor.
She rode with a gentleman. They dropped my daughter off and left. Wait,
All
is this
right.
all the bond script?
That was 10 pages. What do we think? Danny, wasn't that good?
All of my previous commentary stands. No amount of formatting improvement is going to make the story make any more sense, or make the voiceover usable, or make the fact that
I see
Katarina
you've gone
doesn't
straight
want
to
herself to
constructives.
be.
Yeah, this
Oh,
is
sorry.
this is destructives. Yeah.
There have been some formatting improvements that have been marked.
There we go. See? All right. John
Okay.
Lamont.
So, all right. So this is much improved.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the scenes that we've read before, so the makeup room scene was much improved. The AI mirror was hilarious.
I liked it.
And I thought that was great. So the scene with what was the scene afterward? The scene with Coach was much improved. I remember how janky and awkward that conversation was, and the dialogue is we get a sense of their relationship and what their role is in this whole her whole superhero prowling the streets at night persona, and what his role is in this and how they kind of work together. So I felt like that was a lot clearer than the last time, because I remember it was so all over the place that it was really, really hard to follow. So I think the dialogue there was much improved. And what was the other thing? Yeah, and switching focus from or I should say reintroducing the kidnap plot, because I remember that was kind of weird and out of nowhere. which you established in the exposition by newscaster, that was much clearer, and it also felt more like a delineation of, okay, this story in the past is done and now this is the new story. So if you were going for that, then congratulations, because that really felt like it landed to me. And I guess I'll stop there since.
All right. I want to say any script where that bitch broke his arms with her pussy is a great script, in my opinion.
That is a great line. That is
a good
absolutely
line.
great.
I have to admit that was a great line, particularly since
I wish that I thought of that line.
Yeah.
So
we
I have to say that yes, this is an improvement. That's not saying a lot, but of all the scenes that you have written for this script, this makes the most sense so far, because I can see people are actually acting kind of like people.
Yeah.
It's not as gonzo. Maybe that, I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing, but
it was still plenty gonzo.
I mean, like, I like the AI mirror.
That was
the
cool,
mirror is fine. I didn't think it was that gonzo, but
Yeah.
I didn't think
I wasn't referring to that.
Oh, okay. Well, compared to previous scenes, this kind of comes off like, okay, I can actually visually see this.
Yeah.
So, and seeing it directed, the nun dialogue, I do not know how you can comfort a child with that dialogue. So, with crying, I'm just like, the forest is full of predators, girl. Live with it. Like, thanks. So
maybe that's just the harsh truth she's got to get used to.
I guess
that's what people go to nuns for, is harsh truths.
Yeah.
I mean, they,
with the ruler.
The ruler.
Yeah. But this is a nice one.
Okay, fine. You're right.
And she was a neo nun. I'm imagining her all dressed out in like PVC and shit. But look,
she's a dominatrix nun.
Yeah, I dominatrix.
I posted a pic, though. I think Larry tried to one up me, but I posted in Comics Artward a neo nun.
There you go. But yeah, we got the neo nun. We got the cool line about breaking arms with the pussy. We got the AI mirror. We've got that line where Coach is, giving her the pep talk as she's wailing on stuff.
Of course, you would do that.
Yeah. It's all better. So good job, Robert.
Okay, I hadn't read the other one. I don't know it. This one obviously needs a lot of tidying up, and I think that's completely possible with it. The scenes were fairly clear to me as things were going on, and so I would give it that as a plus. A lot of times in scripts you can't really tell what the hell's going on, and it's there's spaces that they're in that are very clear and defined, and they seem to be behaving differently in the different spaces, which I liked. So that the if you will, the mini worlds that exist within it change the characters, or the characters respond to those mini worlds by being slightly different. So I would say that in this case, it's not as bad as you guys clearly felt the first one was. So good for that. But yeah, there's a lot of work that needs to be done. Should I go on to that?
Go ahead.
The structure. Holy shit. I can't imagine. This looks like it was written with some sort of program. Most of the programs have some sort of tool in it to check for formatting errors, and it should run through that tool. I've really only used, I've used one other one. I can't remember the name of, but I used Final Draft. It has a formatting error. You can set it up for the things it needs to check for. You need a lot of checking. The dialogue is weird in some places, and sometimes very on point, or on the nose, however you want to put it. And it carries what's supposed to be going on. I did like the boxing scene or the gym scene, and I think that with a better dialogue and the right director could be a very powerful scene of what goes on. And the coach has some of the best lines in the whole damn thing. It's so as far as that goes, it just needs a lot of structural fixing so we're clearer on what's happening. There's too many phantom dialogue areas, and I'm not sure where they're supposed to be. I think I could probably figure it out, but I don't want to. Anybody who's read a script, you don't want to put in that position. You want to concentrate on the story, not concentrate on trying to figure out where the hell people are, what environment they're in. Are they part of the dialogue in that scene or not? Is it part of the description or not? So there's much cleanup that needs to be done. Otherwise, the story is there. I get it. There's some. I thought it was maniacos is what he was trying to write. And I don't know what the native English is, and that may be just the issue with some of the grammatical errors. All fixable, not a big deal. Annoying, but not a big deal. So there you go.
I think he's writing in Word or Google Docs. I don't think he's using screenwriting.
Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal.
That is, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's part of the reason why the formatting's all over the place.
Okay,
And
well,
which sucks because there are free screenwriting software out there that you can use. And
there's free comics writing software out there. There's so many tools that are just not being used.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's really, a suggestion right there. Do it. Get a screenwriting program. It'll you pick a template. Again, I'll compare it to Final Draft, which is kind of the upper level of it, but it has 8 or 9 different templates that some are studio specific. There's a Warner Brothers template. There's a Universal template. There's TV templates. Those things will help you. And then you conform what you're writing to that and then check for errors. And they should have a spell check in there. That's going to fix a lot of the annoying stuff that we kind of made fun of or made us laugh, that's there. But some of that laughter is just a way. I don't want to discourage you.
No, it's what we've said a lot of times to other art writers. If you can use the proper software, use the proper formatting, you'll get better feedback because we won't be sitting here wasting time talking about how bad your formatting is. We'll actually be able to talk about the story, the characters, and the dialogue. Instead,
and it matters.
We get
you have to say that it matters for the people that you want to sell this thing to. Preston says it all the time. He says it for my stuff, and I'm using a formatting thing. There's things he doesn't like. He says it because that's how he needs to read it, and that's true with every producer or anybody who's looking at it to evaluate it. They can't trip over that stuff, and that's what it feels like when they're trying to make a judgment.
And if your spelling is making basic errors like that, what else has gone wrong?
Yeah,
is your story that sloppy? Did it make someone want to not read your work?
That's what it does. Yeah, good point. That's a great way to put it.
So that's why we comment on that stuff. We know this is a draft, but eventually you have to show this to at least one other person.
Yeah. Oh, yes, we certainly need to invest some time in cleaning up the script of the errors. If we just look at it in terms of the structure, not a whole lot of action on these pages. There was a lot of dialogue.
Hey, I was going to say things.
Go ahead, Danny.
As cute as some of your scenes are, they continue to not really advance the story or tell us things that we already know, which means a lot of this stuff is redundant or kind of pointless or slightly unhinged, like the conversation with the auntie in whatever the Rose District, where someone just knocks on a door and says, I need all this information from you. And the woman says, sure, what do you need? Is insane. It is still not clear exactly what plot you're trying to sell here or what your actual core story is, because the main character is doing 5 different things, just being talked at by everybody else, and randomly has traumatic flashbacks. So this is not a sustainable story structure, and I highly recommend finding a through line 15 pages ago. Okay, now I'm done.
All right, John.
Yeah, so the scenes that I commented on that I liked were good. The scenes I didn't comment on, they need work. The scene with the 3 thugs sitting around and talking, Made no sense. Why two of these guys don't have names make no sense. I like the idea of your ladies, or however you're going to pronounce that. I like that kind of a thing. I definitely dig the whole, cyberpunk vibe you're going for. Hackers, wired into the net and all that kind of stuff. I thought that was clever. But that scene just makes no damn sense. I don't know why it exists. And your exposition by newscaster is horrible. I hate that in stories, all stories. It's a very lazy way to do with exposition. It also, we're covering exposition on 3 different stories at once. I mean, and then you're saying, and now for our
in the wrong order.
yeah, and in the wrong order, because like, oh, and now for our top story, and like, well, why did they not lead with their top story? And I don't know. That just didn't kind of seem didn't kind of make sense. So yeah, I don't like. I feel like you're kind of trying to go for like Lois Lane is Superman type of thing. But I feel like I mean, I don't go to the movies to see Clark Kent, investigative reporter. I go to see the movie Superman. So I don't know. I don't really know what to.
I mean, you could do a Superman story focused on Clark Kent investigating something.
But he's a bad reporter. He was always a terrible reporter.
But he always landed interviews with Superman.
He did.
Yeah, I don't know. I feel like your story needs to focus on a single thing.
We don't really have a villain, I would say, right?
Yeah, because Lebestia got her.
That's it.
Yeah.
Abstract.
So we got the Maniacos, a generic band of bad guys, but
who
not
don't even have names for the most part. Yeah.
Who don't even have names. The biggest, baddest of the Maniacos got pussy slapped in the first 10 pages, and it's, again, it's like we're kind of left with, okay, now what? Like,
how are you going to top that?
True, exactly. Like, how do you top that?
A weenie
and
whack?
Then take a hedge trimmer.
Robert, I'm more familiar with like a larger spread of the story. He does actually top that. That's not the problem.
Yeah. So anyway, I just kind of feel like you're kind of missing your through line, and I feel like, I just feel like you need a bigger villain that like we just really love to hate and want to see his downfall, and you can't take your primary villain off the table in 10 pages.
No.
Because that kind of leaves us with, okay, now what?
Yes.
It's like Superman showing up in the first 10 pages. He arrests Lex Luthor, throws him in jail, and now he's just kind of wandering around aimlessly, stopping bank robbers.
Yeah. Going, we have to do something about crime. Anyway.
Right. It's like,
but what?
Like,
but what?
Like, okay, but you're Superman, like, and it's like, whereas instead of, it being Lex Luthor pulling the strings of all the bank robbers behind the scenes, and our investigative reporter has to work his way up the chain. But again, that's one of the reasons why Superman works, because Lois Lane, who doesn't have superpowers, is the one investigating her way up the chain, gets in trouble, and then Superman has to go and rescue her. Like, that's where that conflict. But
Yeah.
that's
The
why it
formula
works.
The
It
formula
works.
Yeah.
And that's the thing, because we have
For
our character
70
without
years.
Yeah.
we have our
It's
character
worked.
without superpowers getting into trouble, and our character with superpowers has to go in and save her. And then yes, and the formula has worked for 70 years, and I feel like if that's the formula you want to do, I feel like that's the formula you should do.
Well, that's really not the formula he wants to do. He has the reporter who is, the detective superhero. So
He's kind of combined them, yeah.
yeah.
Right, and that's kind of where this kind of falls apart, because we're not to parrot Preston's, which I know I've done this before, to parrot Preston's critique of my comic series. We don't really feel in danger for our characters because she's basically invincible.
Yes. All
So
right.
previous commentary on that point also stands.
Yeah. So, but much improved. I'm really, really happy with these with the changes and improvements in these pages, though. So keep it up, and I look forward to
Honestly,
the
keep
next
editing. Like, if anything else, you're doing that like consistently, and that's an excellent habit to get into.
All right.
When was the last time? When was the last time you saw one of his scripts? Did he submit it?
It's been a while.
Like 3 months, I want to say.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you need to
Oh,
do
no,
this. Like,
more.
you need to take these notes and like do it in the next week, frankly, or you'll lose the energy.
All right, friends.
All right.
I have to pumpkin. I'm up really early tomorrow.
All right. I mean,
Okay,
we have
Cinderella.
we have a Rutger script. Do we want to go over that without Danny, or we just want to wait till next week?
Next
We
week.
can
Yeah,
go
I
out.
do really want to read it. I am such a fan of Serial Twins.
All right.
Serial Twins.
Well, then we will wait till next week and go over
I
Analyze.
appreciate you, Preston.
No problem. Analyze Fish by Rutger Osterhoff. Anyway. All right.
Amazing. All right. Night, everybody.
Good night.
All right.
everyone.
Good night,
Take care.
Danny.
Noises!
Bye bye.
Make good choices, indeed.